Aarohi started in 2008, primarily a community of open learning families, families where children of all ages, as you can see in the picture, right from very small children to bigger children to adults to much bigger adults, all of us learn what and do what we like doing and like learning and like exploring, just like we were sharing our interests a few minutes back. So that is what we do all the time. And that is what Aarohi is, and that is what open learning is. And the best part is we do it as a community, which just makes it more fun because you are with a lot of other people, you are with people whom you can support as well as who can support you. Sorry, somebody's mic is... Okay. So that's a little about Aarohi. And when we've been obviously in this journey for almost now 15 years. We have had children and youth of all ages, and over a period of time, we realized that okay, when children reach this age of 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, around these years, they are wanting to become, lead their life into the professional life from their interests and discover their passions and so on. But they may not have a kind of a route to it. So while at a younger age, they are exploring a lot of interests, a lot of passions, a lot of possibilities. At this point, they would more like to move from like kind of passion to profession, which is where we came up with CoVersity. So in very brief, what is CoVersity? Well, first of all, it's targeted at age of 14 to 21. Individuals discover and develop their passion. They do it in a cohort with other youth who are doing similar journeys. And the youth work on real projects, do real industry work, do internships, so do actual work. And through work, learn, which is also the theme for today, how through work we can learn rather than learn to work. But we'll talk about that later, more in detail. And obviously, they are supported by guides and mentors and the whole community. And what does CoVersity give is, well, first of all, because let's say if I'm a youth, I'm working in the area that I like, I develop expertise in that particular domain. If I work in multiple domains, then I can get multiple expertise of multiple domains. But more importantly, I build myself as an individual because I'm the one driving it. I'm the one who's leading myself. So that's a big one. And obviously, as the journey goes in few years, depending on how I go about in that journey, I turn into a professional. So that's like the outcome. When it happens, how it happens, in what form depends obviously on each individual. One such person, one quick example is my own daughter, Asavri. She's 23 years old. She has not gone to any much school, 10, 12, college, nothing. She has been an open learner, and later on, she did her journey from passion to profession. She explored many different passions till she landed on one passion, which is sustainability. And she converted that passion into a product company so that she can offer sustainable self-care products to the world. So she created her own brand, and she has a business of her own called Dhanak Naturals. And yeah, she's a kind of an entrepreneur, right? So that's one story of somebody who's first taking many years to find their passion, and once she found a passion, converting it into profession. So in some ways, this CoVersity is about finding one passion. You may have already found it, that's fine. If you have not already found it, that's even better, so that you can explore different fields which attract you and finally realize which one is it that you want to go even further into it and become professional in it. That's the whole idea. One example, we had Skanda actually last Saturday in our meetup, who was sharing his journey. He has many different passions, but now he has grown as a professional in the fitness field, and he's going deeper and deeper into. If you're interested in listening to his story, last meetup, which is Saturday, which happened, his recording is there, and it's a very interesting discussion that we had with him. How does this whole thing work? Well, it starts with each individual deciding and driving and directing his or her own journey. The whole idea is very simple. I decide, I do, I reflect, and this kind of continues. The key is obviously I decide where I want to invest my energy into, and I keep reflecting how I'm going along in my journey. And yeah, that is kind of how it moves, you can say. And one such example is Srijani, who is very much here with us in this meeting. She decides how she wants to uh, deep dive into her interest of cooking, and she comes up with different projects and plans, and then she executes them, and she goes about doing that. And we'll hear about her journey in just a little while. Uh, the other important thing is that each individual, each youth is not alone. There are others who are of similar group, and we all form a cohort. Rather, they all form a cohort. I don't mind saying we, but I'm not a youth, unfortunately. And obviously, they would grill each other. They will do lots of stuff together, which we call as drills. And obviously, a lot of chill and connecting at a self and an emotional, social level. So that's the cohort. One such person who has done this is Drupad, who is now 18 years old. He's into football. What is the best thing is that he got a lot of people who support him, and he's with them. In fact, one of them is Skanda. He's into fitness. Drupad is into football, so he takes help of Skanda for fitness and so on. So we work with connections and synergies and relationships. Um, the theme for today, one of the key thing is to work to learn, where the CoVersity members invest their time into doing projects and internship. And one such person is Shreya. She's 18-year-old, part of CoVersity. She just finished one front project, and she's waiting for her earning out of it. So not only you can work, you can literally earn, and that's great, because when you do industry work, when you have actual clients, you get a lot of learning. Each client becomes like a mentor, and there is so much to learn from the industry. And because you're doing real work in the real field, well, you are industry ready at any point of time. Not very surprising. A lot of people who do this keep getting job offers. That's up to them whether they want to take it up or say, no, I want to learn more before I jump into a job. Uh, Obviously, there's a lot of support available. There are all kinds of mentors, people mentors, books mentors, YouTube mentors, and so on and so forth. Obviously, a lot of support comes from your buddies, as in the other people in CoVersity. And there are guides who are part of Aarohi community, as well as parent guides. And then there's a larger community. So all of these are there to support. Um, yeah. And one such person who has really taken advantage of the support available is Krishiv. He's into graphic designing. And what he's done is he has approached a lot of people to be his mentors. And most people, not most people, all the people he has approached has said yes to him. It could be an architect, it could be a graphic designer, it could be a game designer, and so on. So he has got mentoring from multiple people just because he went ahead and asked them, obviously after showing his work, so they know he is really serious about it. Lastly, the best part about CoVersity is that each member becomes work certified, which means the certificate is my work or your work. You show the world your work, and that's what the world recognizes as, wow, I want this person either as my consultant or as my and I want to become client, or I want to offer a job because this person has done this work. So typically, this is an example of Shrishti's website. So she's into writing. So she will make a portfolio. She has made a portfolio as a website. She call it Inky Worlds, and she documents all her work there so people can see her work. And as you can see at the top menu bar of her website, there are stories that she's written, reviews that she's written, projects that she has done, and a lot of action that she keeps doing. So she documents it everywhere, everything in one place, which people can pick up from. Right. So to end my small presentation, I would say CoVersity is all about building strength and skills and building oneself. And it doesn't matter then which field I work in future. Any field I work in, I'm strong enough to crack it. And that's the whole idea of CoVersity. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share. This is like an overall broad map of how you can say as a quick sketch CoVersity works. Remember, the key is co, as in together, coming together and working. Yeah. Okay, so let me pause here and yeah, we can spend few minutes first just talking about whatever I shared. If you have questions about it or some thoughts about it, please come on my mic and video more people so that we can feel as if we are all sitting in a room and have a chit chat.
Yeah, thanks, Ratnesh. That's really good. Of course, I'm familiar with Aarohi, and we've spent a week or 10 days there and stuff. So I'm just curious. So now the CoVersity will be at your the Hosur the
Right. So the
campus. Yeah.
working details, if you can just wait, we will
Okay.
Srijini will share the journey and you will
Okay.
get a better clarity from there, and obviously whatever questions comes up. So I'm more,
Okay.
let's see if there's any direct question related to whatever I shared till now. And the
Okay.
actual working of the CoVersity, Srijini will just cover another 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Sorry, I had one more question. I
Sure.
know, I mean, I think, something that I've had a doubt question about this before, but I just am voicing it again is, in terms of the degree. So now, I mean, I'm sure none of these kids are really going and getting a high school degree in the sense, IG or IB or whatever, ICC, whatever it is, right? So, I mean, and I know that probably doesn't matter when you start doing what you love and you have your portfolio and everything to showcase. But later on in life, I guess I'm just asking this question, like later on, would this, because they don't have the sort of high school degree or any basic degree, will they need to work harder to sort of prove themselves? I guess I just kind of get an idea of, what is your
Oh,
take on
getting degree itself is not an easy job.
No, it's
So
not. Yeah.
if you realize you are saving all that time and effort and actually
Hmm.
putting in and building yourself as
No,
well
and I
as your
totally agree with
portfolio.
the concept. I totally
Yeah.
agree with it. I'm just saying
So
out in the market,
yeah, I'm
right?
talking about out in the market. Exactly.
Okay.
Market would love you because of the work that you have done. In today's world, people are not really looking for just degrees. They're more looking for what do you bring to the table. And if you can, if you have that to show, and as you work more later on, it would be even less required. I'm not trying to say there will never be a case where some organization might insist on, let's say, a degree. And that time somebody can make a call whether I want to even continue with an organization which gives so much importance to degree. I want to change the organization or maybe start something of my own or whatever it is. So yeah, world of startups and entrepreneurship is totally open. So yeah, I'm not trying to say that there will not be challenges. The idea is not to make the journey easier or tougher. It's not about easy, tough. It's about investing yourself in the very joy of doing what you really like doing. I think that's what is really important conceptually. So I would look at it that way. Yeah, I'm not trying to say that journey is easy.
Yeah.
Nobody's journey is easy any which way.
Yeah. Agreed.
So just want to add one point here, one thing here. Like recently, I've been in touch with a little bit more touch with the corporate world, like immediately corporate world. So there, what I've come to know from there is like people are like after they have taken the degree and everything and they have applied and they are there in the corporate world, then further then they are more polished and more they are more what do you say, trained in their skills. They are saying that people are not ready. The people who have come with the degrees, they are not work ready, they are not profile ready, or they are not life ready. So we have to further train them to make them ready. So then what is the point? So rather save time and go and start working, and then that way.
Yeah, that's one of the big advantages we have seen of a CoVersity approach. It's extremely efficient. Because you're really investing all your time into what you really want to work on. So that really helps, not just you being, as Preeti was saying, industry ready, but in developing yourself as a professional individual as well as a self. Because at least in CoVersity, we give a lot of importance to understanding yourself, your skills, your thinking, your beliefs, your productive habits, and so on. So it's not just the focus on the work, but focus on self. I think Srijini again will little more talk about it when her turn comes. So I don't want to talk too much about what she's supposed to talk.
Hello.
Yes, Uday, we can hear you now.
Sir, what's the meaning of CoVersity, sir?
What is the meaning of CoVersity? Well, co means together. So CoVersity means where we come together and explore our universe.
So, okay, CoVersity helps for me and my passion. Anything helps, sir?
Yes, not helps. We all come together and work together. Do you
Sir,
need
I want to
help
become
or
a businessman, sir.
Yes. So do you need help or do you need more people like you and then you all work together to realize your dream? Which one you need?
Okay, sir. I have my own passion, sir, in future.
Yes, it's all about that.
Yes, I don't know in CoVersity numbers.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Hello.
What you don't know?
I don't know, sir, in CoVersity any members. I have to talk in CoVersity some members, sir.
You already know. You know us. That's how it all starts, right? And once we get together, you get to know everybody. So don't worry. We are all there in this journey together.
I know Sri. Okay, thank you, sir. I know Srijini, sir.
Yeah, and she will just now share a typical journey.
Yes.
Yeah. So Srijini, let's do that because that will kind of place the map in front of people. You want me to run the presentation or you are doing the presentation? You want me to share?
Yes.
Okay, let me then share.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Just one moment. Why did it close? Sorry. Just give me one moment, Srijini. Somehow the presentation got closed. Meanwhile, you can start talking. That's okay. While the presentation loads.
Okay, then I'll start with my introduction. That I'm Srijini and I'm 16 years old. And about 2 years ago, I kind of started my open learning journey with Aarohi. So in that, I have explored different stuff, like seriously, lot of different stuff. Like I explored cooking, baking, painting, dancing, and much more, in fact. So I kind of did a lot of stuff. And now that I'm 16 years old, I had this pressure of kind of finding my passion or some kind of interest where I can deep dive into or invest my time and efforts in it. So that I started exploring one by one each, and then finally I landed up being like I attracted or had a lot of fun with this thing of baking. I really enjoyed it very much. So I felt that was my passion. For a few days I was very confused, but now that I have started doing started exploring different interests and do something in it, I got to understand what it is all about, and then kind of decided that cooking is my thing. So yeah, in CoVersity also, it's always welcome. So if you want to try getting into any one domain and kind of deep dive into it, and then think if this works for you or not. And if you want to explore something else, you can do it. If not, you can continue the same domain. Like it's generally a 6 months commitment that we take for each domain. So yeah, as Ratnesh is showing the screen, so we take one domain and deep dive into it. We do lot of work and all of that stuff. And then after 6 months, we sit and reflect back about what we did in 6 months, and then think if we want to still continue in this domain or maybe something else, like we have that flexibility to do. And we continue on and on and on for that 6-month cycle. It goes on, and like the minimum commitment is for 1 year and go through 2 cycles, but the maximum commitment goes on and on for years, how much ever time you feel CoVersity is needed for you. So yeah, and in the 6 weeks, as I said, we do a lot of work, like seriously, a lot. So for first few weeks, we come to on campus, which is at near Bangalore, like a little away from Bangalore. So we go in the campus. So we stay together in that campus and start doing stuff like planning what we want to do, what are aspirations, and do it in our own way, in our own style, together as a community, or rather cohort. So we do that, and again, we go off campus and do a lot of industry work. So we get exposed to industry and we go out to the world and do some work. Like it helps us in understanding the industry and see where we can fit into. And also again, we come back to campus, we start reflecting back of what we want to do. Like if we want to still continue the same domain or no, or what next. So we plan on that too. So after a few years of hustle of all these stuff, then we decide if we want, how we want to take our professional journey, like into a job, into an entrepreneurship, or any other stuff which you can change your passion to. We are filled with possibilities, and during this process, we also get into fourth certification where we showcase our work. Sorry, can you please mute yourself? Okay, so yeah, during this process, we come across different like few of possibilities or outcomes that we get from after this year's journey is like industry intelligence, 4 IR skill, which are the 4 revolutionary skills and industrial skills, sorry, and networking and other stuff too. Like these are just few, but you can list go on. And as much as we give importance to our professional part and kind of doing all of that hustle, we also equally give importance to ourselves, where we kind of get peep into ourselves and understand ourselves even more better. So yeah, during that we get into life skills, we get a build good relationship with each other, we interdependent, co-create, and self-leadership also goes, like it comes on the way when you go into this process. So I seriously can't wait to join CoVersity. I'm going to join CoVersity in June, which is officially starting the CoVersity starting time. So I can't wait how this CoVersity journey is going to be. I'm very excited to see how it will go.
What excites you, Srijani, most about the CoVersity? What's to you the most interesting aspect?
Maybe co-creating. So I can't wait to meet more bakers or more passionate people like me and see like how we're going to co-create our own lives.
Okay, super. And just as Srijani and we all are talking in the meetup right now, the boot camp is going on where some of the youth have collected here as part of CoVersity to experience CoVersity in a week. And guess what they're spending this 1 hour on is on emotions, understanding how do we convert each emotion into something useful. So at this time only, they are doing a kind of a little, you can say, together session on emotions. So just to give you a flavor of that CoVersity is all about every aspect of our life, not just the professional. Professional is obviously important to many of us. Okay, so yeah, now we can take more questions if your questions were not answered, the initial questions, and also we can get into more discussions. So more people can, it's all an open floor now. Some of you have joined a little later, some of you joined early. Please go ahead and ask questions. And
hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. So, like, can you in brief tell about CoVersity? How does it work and all that?
That's what we were sharing. I think you joined a little late. We have just finished sharing that. Maybe if you wait and listen, you will get to understand. And also maybe a little later, we can go into the breakout room where Srijani can help you. Is that okay, Kiran?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. When kids come back after 6 months, or when they got introduced to the real world, or internship kind of thing they do, and they again come back to the campus, then evaluation kind of thing is happening. I mean, they are evaluating self-evaluation, then peer evaluation, or facilitators are there to just try to help them to evaluate themselves. That kind of facilitators are there, or everything is done by kids only.
We facilitate each other more.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
think you already answered
No.
the question. You already said the different things that can happen. Each one, you said each one reflects themselves, which is true. Each one takes feedback from others, which is true. They take feedbacks from guides and mentors, which is also true. And any other source of feedback and reflection is also most welcome. Why not?
Okay.
And also,
But
we also have mentors, as you are telling about
okay,
periods, like that. Mentors are people who are industry experts. So,
but they are from outside world, na? I mean, outside Aarohi, they will be.
yes.
Okay. So, are there any facilitators in the campus for daily
Everybody.
routine?
Everybody is a facilitator. The most important facilitator is they are facilitators to each other.
Okay.
That's the most powerful one. We think adults will facilitate, but believe me, they facilitate each other much better than what at least I can do.
Yeah.
That's what I've
Yeah.
learned. In 20 years, I've not become a better facilitator. In 20 years, I've learned how to let them facilitate each other. And that has been the best facilitation for me.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Which is why possibly Srijini, who was there part of the last boot camp also, is all excited to have more youth with her, and then with that energy do lots of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to give you an example, the group which is there in the campus this week, they went out into the village. They did a puppetry show to spread the awareness about puberty amongst boys and girls. Now, that's not a mean deal to be able to prepare all of this and then go out into a village and actually do it with the public, right? And that too in 3 days flat. So that's the kind of work they've finished. They finished their kind of one small project which they had taken up this week. Yeah.
Okay.
And adding on, we actually have a boot camp coming up on June. So you can register for that too. It'll start on June 12th.
Yeah, thanks, Srijini.
Okay.
So when does the cohort start? It starts in June?
Yeah, towards the 3rd week of June. Yeah, so we are keeping about a couple of weeks for people to join, and so kind of start joining in, getting into the action, and from, let's say, beginning of July, it will be full throttle.
So that's basically 10 weeks on campus.
Yeah, these are little rough figures, 8 to 10 weeks or more or less. See, finally, the whole concept is co-creation. The group comes, the group kind of sits together and decides how they want to do it, how they want to structure their time here, there. So that is why we are giving a range. Yeah, how much will it be on campus? How much will it work out this way? Will vary from cohort to cohort and maybe even from year to year. It's a little more flexible and open, leaving them to decide how they want to do it.
Okay.
So Radhika, just to add more clarity there, so maybe somebody is doing an internship out there in the corporate world. So maybe they are doing it for 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 8 weeks. So it will depend also person to person. So there is no specific internship, given by any specific. So
And
everybody will not be doing that duration of the thing. So they'll come back based on when they finish their exposure out there.
And then there's internship opportunities, kind of you'll help the kids with. I mean,
Okay, let me ask you a question, Radhika. What would you prefer? The kid, or no, these are not kids, these young adults finding their own internships, or
no, definitely
finding it for them? Which one would you prefer?
No, definitely. Want the kids to sort of go out and look for it, of course. But maybe to point out resources possibly. I don't know. I'm just saying that those kind of things, because that exposure, they may or may not have. I don't
Right.
know.
So I think you have again replied to your own question. The idea is to see what exposure they have, how ready they are, little push them, how much they can discover themselves, and maybe somewhere here and there we nudge them along, which is why at least one parent, we expect at least one parent from each family to be part of the guides team. Which means, let's say your child is part of Cohorts, not only you would be a guide to your child, which is natural, but you will be guide to all the other Cohorts members also, right? And other parents will be Cohorts guide to other. So we'll have a nice pool of guides, plus some of us from the Aarohi team. So the whole team is there to see what nudge is required. But a lot of times they actually don't need it. They are far more resourceful. We just need to get them to believe in themselves. Again, this week itself is a beautiful example. We have not really guided them on the project. We have not guided them on their self-challenge. Actually, we hardly guided them. They are already rearing and doing so much work. So it's amazing.
Yeah. And I know, I think you'd prefer that if one parent actually stays on campus, right? At least for part of the time, or something like that, right? I mean, or do you still
No, that's
have
not
that?
really necessary.
Not needed.
Parents staying in campus is not necessary. Rather, the parent one is the parent as a guide, but the family itself becomes part of the community. And then you would be part of many other activities of community, not just CoVersity. So you could be giving to a lot of other peoples, and other people could be giving to you. A community is finally a give and take, right? And that is what it's all about, the equation.
Yeah.
So yeah, meaning it's like the whole family is then part of the bigger, larger family.
Right.
Yeah. And in that, whenever you feel like being part of the campus, you're most welcome. There is neither an expectation. At the same time, there's an open invitation all the time.
Okay.
All the time means when kids are there, if my son is there, then also in the year, anytime I can come and stay.
And even when he is gone for internship, you can come and stay.
Okay.
So remember, the family has joined Cohortsity. He could be anywhere else doing anything else, and you could be being part of community. Like Preeti keeps doing a whole lot of different things. She's only smiling right now, but for the community, for different people in the community. And that's got nothing to do with what her daughter is doing. It's like, it works like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so what I can do is I can open a breakout room. I don't know who all are youth here. I know Kiran is one who wanted to know. I think Uday had
I'm a parent, Deepa here.
Okay, no, I was more referring to Kiran. Kiran,
No,
what
sir,
age
like it's fine. It's fine. Like I have got it. Whatever you guys have wanted to express.
Okay, fair enough. So if some people would, if there are youth in this group who would like to have a more, you can say, a one-to-one conversation with Srijani, then I can open a breakout room. Otherwise, we all can stay here and ask more questions and talk. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. I have one question.
Yes.
See, as I informed you before, my daughter is 18 years old.
Yes.
Okay, if I'm sending her because she completed her +2 now.
Yes.
So let's take, I wanted to take 1 year gap year for her and send her there.
Yeah.
Within, like, I understand it depends on the child to know about her own interest or passion. In this 1 year, will she able to get any internships and create her own portfolio?
Absolutely. Why not? Why only one? If she finds she gets excited about internship, she may do 4, 5. If she's not excited about internship, she may do none, but she may do 10 projects. So yes, the mix, I don't know, because that will depend on her and her domain. But definitely she will build a portfolio. She will do a lot of industry work, because that's the work that we do. We don't do any theoretical work. We do actual work. So that's the whole idea.
And all the age group children will be staying together?
Yes, yes. Or the whole group of 14 to 21 is one cohort. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And one more question.
Yeah.
Like how do, if a child is not ready to get involved herself and she just try to be herself in the campus, how do you move that child forward?
Please ask Srijini this question.
Okay.
So Srijini, suppose in your cohort, there is one member called Ratnesh who is not doing much and not, what would you do?
We try to kick you. Maybe beg you start doing, or maybe invite you. I don't know.
How do you manage with the kids who are completely sticking on their mobiles?
We have our own codes,
Okay.
so we do it accordingly.
Okay. Is there any specific time for you people to use your mobiles, or it's like 24/7 where you guys can use it?
It depends. We do have few codes as a community, but more of a personally, like if like I have a personal gadget, but so it depends on me how much time I want to use and all. But of course, generally we use phones after 8. Till that we generally don't use much. But if it's something that we want to do, but we can, as I said, we'll kind of prepare some codes for ourselves so that we stay bounded to that.
Okay. Thank
Pallavi,
you.
wait. More importantly, let's pause. Let's not worry about gadgets or for that matter, anything. There can be 100 million distractions in life, isn't it? Not just for children, even for me, even for you, I'm sure. Everybody can get distracted with anything. The issue is not with distraction. The issue is with attraction. CoVersity is about me being attracted to what I want to do. Like how Srijini is attracted towards baking. Now, when she is into baking, you pull her out of it, it will be very difficult. She's so attracted towards it. And so on. I can give you examples of so many of these youth because they have picked up what they are attracted towards, whatever is their interest. Somebody's interest is baking, somebody's interest could be photography, somebody's interest could be designing, somebody's could be programming, somebody's could be astronomy. I don't know what their interests are, but because they're so attracted to their interest and they want to make big in that, they want to develop themselves in that, they want to convert that into profession, then the distractions stop affecting them automatically. It is not about codes and rules and all of those things, because it's not about that. It's about how, I'm sure in your life at this age, when whatever you are committed to, your family and your job or whatever your work, these distractions don't distract you because you first finish that. And then when you have time to relax, you may use anything to relax. It's the same with these youth. I've seen no different. In fact, they work a whole lot of time here.
Okay.
So that's the whole approach. The approach is not of control or anybody else doing anything, but them getting into what they really like doing. That's why we call it deep diving. They want to deep dive, not we are pushing them or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
So
Yeah.
What is the minimum time frame? What is the minimum time frame that one kid should be there?
1 year. 1 year. So minimum time frame is 1 year, which means 2 cycles. And post that, it can be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, how much ever time the child feels that I am benefiting from CoVersity, and I am, when the youth feels now I'm ready for my professional leap, as in I want to get on with either a job or entrepreneurship or whatever it is, or freelancing or however, then they move away from CoVersity. So that duration will depend on each individual, but minimum is 1 year.
Okay. And every weekend kids will travel back to their places, or it is not compulsory, or
again, it may depend on what they are doing. Yeah, it will really depend on what they are doing, whether they have time to travel, whether they want to travel, they want to finish off some work. or whether they want to travel to meet somebody or get to meet some client or some mentor and so on. So again, this is something which they design, they co-create. It is not specified by us. The whole thing is co-created by them, obviously guided by us, but the guiding part is 5%. It's 95% they doing it. They're making mistake. They're thinking in one way. They're only realizing it later on. Oh, that was a bad decision. Now let me change it and so on. So that's the learning journey, the real experience. If somebody kind of already controls everything, then they are not learning anything. They're just merely doing. Then they are the puppets. But we want them to be the puppeteer of their own life.
Got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Ratnesh, I probably need to leave right now, but I had
Sure.
one last question.
Sure.
So if if she's not able to join in July, what would be the next logical time
January.
that she'll be able to?
Yeah, every 6
January.
months.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, one cycle is of 6 months. So July to December, and then Jan to June. That way the cycles will move.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and just as Srijani was reminding, we do have a boot camp. So if somebody wants to experience it for a week, just to not just get a taste of CoVersity, also get the vibes of the community and the place and the people, which I think is all important. So we have one more boot camp in June, starting 12th June for 1 week. So that if somebody wants to experience it before deciding whether I want to be part of CoVersity or not.
I think, Akshara has experienced that. I think my daughter has experienced that a couple of years ago. So she, of course, completely loves it. So, and at that time, I think because of COVID, it went back to online. So then we said online may not be as kind of engaging, I guess. So,
I differ from that.
Yeah, no, maybe you're right. I think for us, we were a little hesitant, and I'm not saying I'm right, but we were a little hesitant because of that reason. So yeah, but okay, but this is good. I like the CoVersity concept. This is great. So,
yeah, and also I also posted the link of our website and our WhatsApp group where you can see more about CoVersity. And also we'll have meetings every Thursday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 6 p.m. And on Saturday, it's special that someone who from CoVersity comes and shares their experience. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, which also means if you want to see the previous journeys, the recordings are all there. And you can check them out, their interviews and question and answer with them. Yeah. So we have had so many different youth of different ages between 14 to 21 sharing their journey till now.
Oh, lovely. Okay. I'll look it up. I'll look up the website.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, more questions. Kiran, now you can ask more questions since you had few. Yeah. Deepa, you want to ask something? Yeah.
I wanted to ask, can any one of the parent accompany during the time?
Yes. As I was clarifying, you are part of the community. Once the family joins, when the child is part of CoVersity, you are also not just part of CoVersity, you're part of the overall community. So yes, it is more than welcome. It's more the merrier. And not just at campus, you would, even if you're not at campus, you'll be totally involved with not just with the CoVersity, with the whole community. So it's like a togetherness.
Yes.
Absolutely. And you can come and be part of the campus life or wherever they are at any time. And especially we look forward to interacting with the other children, because your child will anyway get benefit of your wisdom and your guidance. But the others also get benefit. Imagine if there are, let's just take example, 10 youth, and then there are 10 parents. So each youth is getting a benefit of 10 parents. 10 guides. That's beautiful. And each with different experience, different expertise, and different life journeys. So each brings its own wisdom and richness.
Thank you. There's a limit, upper limit to the number of students you would be taking in for, I mean, depending upon the space and all that, right? That's why I'm asking you.
Not really, but we don't really, as of now, we're not expecting a flood. So yeah, but we haven't really thought of that. No, I don't think there would be a space issue at all.
Thank you.
Ratnesh Paul.
Yep, okay. So we
That
also,
section also has the same link, or you'll be sending any other link?
sorry, can you repeat, please?
Saturday also you have
Saturday
a
Yeah,
meetup,
it's
yes,
the
same.
same. All our meetups on Saturdays and Thursday, it's the same link. It's been there, the same link for last 3 years, in fact. So it's the same link. Absolutely no change in the link whatsoever. Even in future, all our links for meetups for Aarohi and for CoVersity is the same. In any case, if you're part of the WhatsApp group, we will keep posting the link. I've also shared a small poll, which Srijani was reminding me. It's just a small poll with a couple of questions. So if you can respond to that, we also know how, where to support whom. So just take 2 minutes to answer the poll. We still have 5 minutes. You can ask more questions if you have.
How will we join the WhatsApp group, sir?
Pardon?
How will we be able to join the WhatsApp group? That is after joining the campus?
No. Right now, Srijani, can you post that link? Do you have it handy? Or have you already posted it?
I have already posted, but I can post
It's there in the chat. Number 4 is the WhatsApp group. Please click on that and you can join it right away.
Okay.
Sir, this form is not getting submitted. Last time also same thing was happening. Questionnaire that you have shared just now on screen. I was trying to fill that, but it is submit.
Have you entered your name and phone number?
Name I have entered, not phone number.
Yeah, you need to enter that for the form to get submitted.
Okay. Now where I can find that form again?
Has it got closed or anything?
Yeah, it has got closed.
Okay.
No.
It might be somewhere. If you click on polls somewhere, Srijani, can you help?
No, you can click on 3 dots which says more, and there will be option of poll there.
Yeah, I got it.
Yes.
Thanks, Srijani. These guys are always much smarter on technology. At least smarter than me.
Thank you so much. I'm leaving at this.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody who has any question? Kiran, you wanted to?
Thank you, sir. Like I have joined like after a long time. So I just wanted to like explore what mindset you do all these things.
Okay.
I'm still like very young. So I am just like keeping it for the future.
Sure. Most welcome. We also have Ashok. Hi, Ashok. We haven't interacted. You want to say or ask something? Just introduce yourself. Okay. So I'm assuming everybody has responded to the poll also. So that's it. So we can close for now. Thank you everybody for joining in. And yeah, we'll meet again on Saturday. So you can if you have questions, you can ask on WhatsApp, or obviously you can connect with us, as well as you can join us on future meetups. And while we won't have any boot camps in May, we have one scheduled in June. And looking forward to more interactions. So we'll thank you everybody, and
Yes, thank you.
bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.